Well, hello everybody. This is Lisa Freeman from stampingwithlisa.com. And a happy Thursday, almost the weekend, one more day till the weekend. Yay! I'm so excited because I have this weekend off. So I just got home from work a little while ago and I wanted to jump on real quick and show you a really cute video. It's a long one probably because I have a lot of stuff to show you. And it's a brand new product that I'm going to be demonstrating here. And it is really cool because it's called a hybrid embossing folder. I'm going to show you exactly what that is in just a minute. Let me get my computer going, see if anybody's on and watching. Oh, it looks like we got a few people on here. Yay. Hey, Michelle. All right, if you're watching, say hello. I can see a bunch of people on here. Just leave a comment. Let me know. So this is the card we're making. It's a book binding fold card. That's the inside. And I know a lot of you love when I do the inside because you always comment, hey Sharon. So I did a book binding. I did put a piece of ribbon on this, but then I took it off because I thought it took away from that piece of designer paper. So, and then I also had the twine over here. So I thought that was just too much ribbon. So I don't know if you guys can see it. It's sparkly too. I put some Wink of Stella on there. Hey Tracy. All right, we've got a few more people. All right, let's get started. So if you have not seen this in the new catalog, this is on page 116 and it's right here. It's called Art and Bloom is the name of the stamp set, and it comes with the Art and Bloom bundle. And it says right here, Art and Bloom stamp set plus Bloom hybrid embossing folder. So at first I didn't really know what that was, but I figured it out. So you get the stamp set just like a regular one, and then you get the dies and the embossing folder together, so they come as a set. And the cool thing is the dies, which are right here, I've got them already cut out on here. The die actually goes on the embossing folder like inside and cuts and embosses at the same time. So it's really cool. I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. So that's the first one I've ever seen like that, and I don't know if it's a new thing Stampin' Up's going to be doing, but there is a picture of it on the page, at the top of the page, and I saw that and I was like, oh, you stick it in the folder, which has never happened because the only one that's kind of similar to that is the Friends Are Like Seashells, where you have the embossing folder and dies that match. Hey, Pauline. And so I wanted to get this and try it out first and then see how it worked and then do a video for you guys. So it's on page 116, like I said. If you want to order anything, you can always go to my website, stampingwithlisa.com. Here's the host code for this month. And I'm also using the hand pen paper because when I was looking at this paper, it matches the stamp set, which I was like, oh, that's so cool because these flowers right here look almost exactly like these flowers. And there's actually 2 or 3 different sheets in here that go with it. So this one is the one I'm using. And there's also a couple more in here. This one right here has the same kind of flowers. And this one right here. So almost every single page has similar flowers to that. So you can just change the colors to match the paper. So great pack of paper. It is on sale right now for a few more days. Just 1 week left for the Designer Series paper sale. It's 15% off, so it's $9.78 for that pack. So let me get started. I'm also using the Stamparatus today. So if you guys have a Stamparatus, you're going to want to watch this, or even if you don't have one, this set works much better with the Stamparatus. So here's what paper products you need. 4 1/4 by 11 Blushing Bride, 4 by 5 1/4 white, another piece of white, and this one I've already embossed. So you need 2 pieces of white that are the same size. This one is embossed with that folder, so that's what it looks like when it's embossed. Isn't that beautiful? And that's with nothing on it, but we're actually going to be sponging that to make it look really pretty. With the blending brushes, which are in stock. I just got like four or 5 sets yesterday. This is 4x4 Misty Moonlight. This is 1x4 Misty Moonlight, and that is 3/4 by 3 1/4 DSP designer paper, hand penned. Then I also use the Many Messages dies. I already have, the stamp set and dies. I have a pack of these already cut up from different classes. So I just grabbed some words right out of here and put them on the inside. So I just did that ahead of time. So if you want to do different words, then just have a scrap piece of white for your words, okay? So take a screenshot of that real quick and we'll get started. I'll move out of the way. There you go. All right, peel these off. Oh, and I forgot to say I've already scored this too. So this piece is scored at 5.5 and 4 1/4, and it's long ways. So fold, it's scored in half, and then right here. So 4 1/4, 5.5. So that's easy enough. And if you're going to put ribbon on here, then I would suggest putting it around here before you glue it down. It makes it easier. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just glue these pieces down because that's the easiest thing to do. Oh, no, I'm not. Wait a minute. I got to sponge that first. Sorry. We got to do some sponging. All right. So we're going to be sponging this piece and this piece both with my Blushing Bride and Stampin' Blend. I mean, not Stampin' Blend, blending brush. We got too many things blending. I'm just going to mess up this piece of paper today because I've already got stuff on it. So I want to pop these up and make them like just pop right off the page. And I'm also doing the whole thing because I'm going to cut the excess off and put that on the inside. And whenever I do this, I always tap off the first touch because you don't want to get that blob on your paper. And all I did was just put this right in the embossing folder and run it through. I really need to re-ink this pad, I think, because it's getting a little bit dry. You can tell in the middle. Now some of this is going to be scrap cut off, but I am going to cut off this piece to put on the inside of the card, and I'm going to save the rest of it for later. But I thought it looked so pretty sponged in the pink. So for those of you that watched the other day, and I think I told you guys I had an allergic reaction, I still don't know what caused it, but I had another one today. And the only thing I had to eat was cereal, and I'm not taking any medicine, so I don't know what happened, but I was luckily at work, so, and I've still got those steroids, so I don't know what's going on with my body lately, but evidently I'm having like histamine overload or something. So it's kind of worrying me now. I might have to go to an allergist and find out what's going on. Oops, I forgot to do this piece too. So we're going to sponge the little teeny piece of designer paper too. It's actually about 10 degrees cooler today, which is nice because I was going to mow the grass last night, but I went outside and it was so hot. I said, no, I got to wait. I couldn't do it. It was just too hot. All right, so we've got our pieces all sponged nicely. And we're going to glue that down now. All right, so this piece goes to this piece. Oops, I put too much glue on there. Let's take a little bit of that off. There we go. All right, and just put that down on top. Oops. Try and get it straight. So I took a Benadryl at work too, and I'm telling you, I almost fell asleep at my desk. I was just sitting there, and my coworker turned around. She's like, Lisa, and my eyes were just slowly closing. Had to get up and just walk around for a little while just to wake myself up. That Benadryl knocks me out. Okay, so this is going to go right here. And then this one's going to go on the binding part. So that's the front. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and glue this part down right here. And that's just going to fold shut. And just hold it for a second. All right, so we want to cut this with my paper cutter, and I want it to be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 so it'll fit on top of this piece right here. And I always like to do my cutter upside down from most people, so excuse me for that. All right, so I'm going to put it as far as I can get it over here without cutting it. Let's see. That looks pretty good right there. Okay, and then we're going to turn it around, do 3 3/4 that way. And hopefully I don't cut any flowers off. So we've got that. Then we want it 3 3/4 this way, which is just a teeny bit. So I'm just going to cut off like just a little bit off of each side. And there we go. So now we've got it cut down to the right size. I'm going to save this piece for the inside and then just save, I'm going to throw this little sliver away, but I'll save the other one. All right, so that's it for the cutting. All right, now we're going to do the Stamparatus part. So put that aside for a minute. So I already lined this up, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So I've got, your Stamparatus comes with 2 pieces, oops, like this. And I'll move everything out of the way. All right, so what I did, because these photopolymer stamps are kind of sticky, I put my paper in here and I just use this guide as where I put most stuff, right here on those lines. And then I put the magnet down, but the magnet does not hold it enough. So then I put some of my, what do you call it? Post-it tape. And I've got the link to that in the description box on YouTube for the Post-it tape. It's just 1-inch Post-it tape. And I use that for a lot of stuff. So that's just gonna help hold it down on top of the magnet. And then I've already lined it up so it'll go right there in the middle. Actually, I probably need to, I lined it up with the, what do you call it? The embossing folder. So I took the embossing folder here and I laid it down how I wanted it to go in, and I laid that right on top. So can you see that? So this lines up exactly with the image on here. So I just put it down there. I put the folder in first, laid that on top of it, and then laid the stamp on top of there, and then grabbed it with this and opened it up. So first thing we're going to do is stamp that in black. Oops, you can't see that far, can you? Let's move it over. Let me put something under here. I need a bigger work area so you guys can see everything. All right, get it good and inked up. And then we're just gonna close it. And I remembered my little Chucky tool. And several of you guys asked me about this Chucky tool. It's not on Amazon. There is a website you can order it from for like $12.99. But my friend who made this one for me has agreed to make me some more. So if you buy one of these from me, I will give you one for free. But if you're out of town, then I guess you'd have to pay for shipping, because I'll make it for free. But if I have to ship it, that's probably another like $7 or $8. So, but if you are local and you buy one, I will give you one for free. But if you're not local, and you buy one from me, I will ship it to you just for the shipping cost. Okay, so get that good and inked up and lift it up. See how it's moving just a little bit? Okay. Then what I did was I took this off and I took these 3 stamps and I put them on here exactly where I wanted them. And then I just closed this. So I just laid them down on top of all the stamps exactly where I wanted them to go. And then I just shut it and picked it up. So that's all you have to do. And then we're going to ink that up with the blue, Misty Moonlight. I haven't been looking at comments. Hey, Diane. How are you? I don't know, Michelle. It could be, I've never had a problem with gluten before. I've never had a problem with anything. I've never been allergic to anything except cats and cigarette smoke. Never any kind of food or medication or anything. So I don't know what it is. And then we're going to just shut that. It's okay. We got ink right there. It doesn't matter. Let's use our little Chucky tool again. And open it, and voila. So it's not supposed to match up exactly perfect. That's as good as it's going to get. You do have that white area around it. And what I did was I sponged it, so it didn't matter. All right, so then let me put a piece of scrap paper in here so it doesn't get messed up. All right, so now what we're going to do is emboss this. So I put it in here, and what you can do, you have to, well, let me show you how it comes out. So this is what it comes out like when you finish. So I taped this down in here, so I'm going to show you how I did that, and they just pop out like this. But you kind of have to hold the embossing folder down on there. And the post-it tape will peel right off. So that will pop right out of there. Just noticed I got ink on my fingers. All right, so when you do this, you want to put it in here. You don't need this tape anymore. And you're going to kind of put this right on top. And it'll match up exactly. And tape it down. All right, so it's taped down on there. Then you want to look at the front and line it up with the front. So here is the stamp that it's supposed to line up with. So you can see right through where it's supposed to go. So when you have it lined up exactly where you want it with that die, which that looks pretty good right there, then you just put it through the embossing folder. You need, the embossing machine. You need your platform and you need your number 4. Got this upside down. So just the platform and the specialty plate, run it through like that. And when it comes out, it's going to be like this with these in here. So I got this upside down now. So it'll come out just like that. Oh, I just got ink on it. Oops. All right, so they come out already die cut and everything for you. So it's embossed and die cut at the same time. Isn't that cool? I thought that was really neat. All right, so I popped those out, and you can save this for something else if you want to. And then I sponged these because I didn't want all that white on there, and then I cut off the edges. So I took my blending brush and just sponged them on the edges. And then you can just leave it like this if you want, if you don't like to cut. I didn't want all the extra stuff around the edges, so I just cut it off. And I'm going to do that to each one. Hopefully I didn't confuse you guys on that part. It is really easy. Once you get it lined up the first time on your Stamparatus, it's really easy to make a bunch more. Okay, so then we got it all sponged on there. Then what I'm going to do is just trim those up real quick. It only takes a minute. But I just didn't like it like this. So when I put it down, let me just glue this down real quick. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Only those 2 plates? What do you mean? Michelle, what do you mean only those 2 plates? You only need 2, one for the outside, one for the inside. So I wanted to put this flower on here and this flower, and I kind of tucked it under there. But I didn't want that extra stuff, so I just trimmed it off. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. This is an easy one to trim out. But it is embossed. See how it's embossed? You can't really tell it so much on the front unless you like look at it close. But it's a beautiful embossing folder. So I'm going to do some more cards just with the embossing folder to show you how to use that. Well, you can see right here how pretty it is just without cutting it out. But the whole thing as a bundle is $53. That includes the stamps, the dies, and the embossing folder. So that is a great deal because usually it's that much just for the stamps and the dies and another $10 for the embossing folder. So I thought that was a great deal. All right, so there's one. So bad. It's too bad I don't have like a little editing thing. I could just fast forward through this real quick, but after I finish this, I got to go mow the grass. So I am not looking forward to that, even though it's not quite as hot, but my grass really is needing mowing. And it was so funny yesterday. It was so hot here the last few days and no rain. And I needed to go outside because my plants were all wilting. And it was just too hot. I walked outside. I was like, oh, I can't do it. And I felt so bad because everything was droopy. And so I was sitting there and I was like, Lord, please just bring some rain so I don't have to water the plants every day. And darn if it didn't start raining about 30 minutes later. And there was 0 chance of rain. And I said, God is good. God is good. He answers your prayers when you least expect it. So we got some nice rain yesterday. And there was 0 chance. That's what's so funny. So it really helped because I just hate to go out there and water stuff every day. And I have a huge amount of flowers outside. Okay, so everything's trimmed up now. That only took a minute or two. All right, so we're going to do the inside. So I've got this piece right on the edge. And put that down with the green glue. Anytime you have something that's embossed, you really need to use your green glue because it holds it so much better. So I'm going to put that right on the edge. And then this one I put inside. And then set it right there for a second. You need to hold it just because it is embossed and it's raised up. It takes a second for the glue to stick. And then also for the words, you can just pick whichever one you want out of here or any word you want. I really liked that hello one. Let's do hooray, it's your birthday. So I'm going to just glue that down flat since it's the inside of the card. And there you go. So that's the inside. And if you want, you could put some little speckles or something in there. I forgot to bring them with me. All right, so the front, I wanted this one here. I need to cut just a little bit more right here. Okay. So we've got that one here, and I wanted this one kind of underneath it, like that. So what I did was I just put a little bit of tape on the back of this one and glued them together like that. I wanted to make sure the inside showed because I want to put pearls on the inside of that. And then what I wanted to do was put some of this twine. What did I do with it? Here we go. I love this twine. It comes in that Flowers for Every Season bundle of ribbon. It's 3 rolls of ribbon. One is white. The one that, if you guys have been watching my videos, it's the one that I stamp on all the time with the words. So that comes with this one, the white one, and there's a green plaid one that comes in it. So, oh, Michelle says, when you put the embossing folder in, yes, only those 2 plates. Yes, use this one, just this one and this one. And that's it. Because it's a 3D embossing folder. So you don't need anything else. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just wrap this around like 3 times. And then cut it. So you're making a little lasso. And then I like to just kind of pinch it in the middle and twist it. And then I just kind of figure out where I want to lay it. And I kind of want it to come out like above and below a little bit in the middle. So I've got my little loops there, and I've got some more on the bottom. And you can kind of pull them back and forth if you want to. I don't want that little piece right there, so I'm going to tack that down. Oops, and this one's hiding. So let's just grab that a little bit. Alright, so I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to stick a couple dimensionals on the back of this. And these are all chopped up. Let's find some big ones to stick on here. Oops. I got some burgers I'm going to make for dinner tonight. And I can't wait. I love burgers in the summertime. And I got some squash and zucchini I cooked in the air fryer from the other night that are left over. So those are really good. That was like delicious. If you guys have an air fryer, you've got to try mixed vegetables, like fresh vegetables in there. I wish I had my garden, but unfortunately my yard is too shady to do a garden. I don't get enough sun back there. All right, peel all these off. Oh, and don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a comment because you could win this card. And I'll send it to you in the mail. All right, so then we're going to put this down. And you don't want to cover all your flowers. I kind of wanted it to go right in the middle so I could see the flowers around the edge. And just put that down gently. Then we're going to put some pearls on here. And I've got some of the metallic. These are silver metallic pearls. Well, yeah, just silver. They come silver and gold. This is the silver one. So I'm going to put one right in the middle. And they're really so pretty. They're silver, but they have a real blue undertone to them. So I thought that really went nicely with the Misty Moonlight. All right, so, and we also have to do some Wink of Stella. So there's our pearls. Now we're going to do some Wink of Stella on here. So I'm going to color the flowers. How are you on my phone? Oh, I'm in stereo. All right, we're coloring with Wink of Stella. So we're going to make it nice and shimmery. And not enough is coming out, so let me squeeze it for a sec. Get it flowing. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Lots of shimmer. Ooh, now it's coming out really fast. Can y'all see that? Oh my goodness gracious, that is beautiful. All right, so I'm just kind of putting it out from the center on those little lines that come out. And it is beautiful. So there you go. And if you want to, you could splatter some on there. Oh, that's even better. I always get it on my fingers. Okay, so there you go. And that's the front and the inside. So what do you guys think about that card? It's a little bit of work, little time consuming, but very cool technique. And I love this embossing folder. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Diane, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, I love you guys. You're so sweet. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned a lot. Make sure you like it, share it, leave comments, subscribe if you're not subscribed on YouTube. And if you want to order, you can always order right here. I'd love to have you as a customer anytime. And I always send out gifts for orders online. And that's the hostess code right there. And make sure my name is on there if you click on my website, stampingwithlisa.com. And you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll be back Saturday. Oh, thanks. Stay cool. Oh, hey, Carol. How are ya? You liked the card with and without the blue flowers. Okay. Well, you can do it either way. It's a lot easier without the blue flowers, but I like it with the blue. I think it picks up really nicely on here. All right, I'll see you guys Saturday with another video, and that one I think I'm going to do watercoloring. So make sure you check in for that one. It'll probably be Saturday, I don't know, maybe Saturday night. No plans for Saturday night yet, so I'll see you then. Bye-bye.